welcome to our podcast series created by us here at Broadsword called Be Listening. Today we are joined by Daisy and Ruben from WorldSkills UK. WorldSkills UK has built a movement that changes the lives of young people through skills, but I'll let them tell you about it all themselves. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Can you please tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you do?
So I'm Ruben Duggan. I'm a plumber from South Wales, and I was lucky enough to compete in all the WorldSkills regional events and then WorldSkills Lyon. So yeah, I'm very passionate about plumbing, and I completed apprenticeship myself, so very passionate about apprenticeships as well.
I'm Daisy Seversad. I'm the Careers Development Manager at WorldSkills UK. I work with the team on our careers advocacy work, and a big part of that is working with amazing skills champions like Ruben.
For anyone listening who isn't familiar with WorldSkills UK and the work of the organisation, can you give us a brief introduction?
Yes, so WorldSkills UK is a Four Nations partnership between industry, education and UK governments. And we are part of WorldSkills, which is a bigger global movement made up of over 80 member countries. And we take part in the biennial Skills Olympics, which I'm sure we'll talk to you more about. And we are a world-class skills network, raising standards through international benchmarking and professional development, championing future skills through diagnostic research, and empowering young people through competitions-based training and careers advocacy. And we're all about tackling vocational snobbery so that more young people can choose apprenticeships and technical education as prestigious career routes.
What do you see as the biggest misconceptions about apprenticeships and technical education, and how does WorldSkills UK challenge those perceptions?
I think there's been a lot of progress in seeing the value of apprenticeships and technical education, but I still think it's the biggest misconception about them as well. We see excellence in apprenticeships and technical education in the work that we do, and we want other people to see that as well, and that those pathways are just as valuable, just as amazing, open up so many opportunities just as much as other pathways. And we want other people to be able to pursue them to achieve careers excellence.
The International WorldSkills competition is often referred to as the Skills Olympics. Can you tell us a bit more about the event and how the UK team are chosen to participate?
Yes, so it is one of the most amazing things that you'll ever see. The sheer size and scale of international competitions is really impressive. But what's even more impressive is seeing young people from all over the world come and compete in their chosen skill, and to see them at work demonstrating amazing technical knowledge and technical skill is just absolutely phenomenal. And it all starts with our regional competitions. So those competitions, there's many available, from aircraft maintenance to Industry 4.0, and they are created with our competition organising partners. And they test and look for young people to demonstrate the technical skills and knowledge that you need in a high pressure environment. And those young people who compete in our national competition will then go on to place maybe gold, silver or bronze. And then it's from there that they will then have the opportunity potentially to go on and compete internationally, just like Ruben.
Yeah.
Ruben, how did you get involved with WorldSkills UK? Can you tell us a little bit about your journey and why you chose an apprenticeship?
So my dad's a plumber, and during the summer holidays and that kind of thing, I used to help him out, and I just absolutely loved it. It was a passion of mine. Before I even started my apprenticeship, plumbing was a passion of mine. When I went into college, it was like a different route that I could express myself really. So through that, I sort of gained some time in the curriculum throughout my apprenticeship to sort of work on extracurricular activities such as competitions. And then my lecturer has been involved for a number of years from Coleg Cymoedd in Ystrad Mynach. Lee, he sort of said to me, do you want to enter in any competitions? I was like, oh yeah, definitely, why not? So the first time round, I didn't do very well because, you sort of dropped in that high pressure environment and stuff, which every young person would do. I was, 16 out of school. I dropped in this high pressure environment. But then having a taste of the first time I'd ever gone to a competition, it sort of just drove me then. So through that, we went through the stages, like Daisy said, with the UK national finals and then on to WorldSkills Lyon. And the journey has just been insane, really, really is. As you said, the size of it was incredible. It was just so big. I think there was about 250,000 visitors walked past the bay where I was working, which for me to think about that now is just absolutely mental for them to all see me working in a bay. But I've absolutely loved every minute of WorldSkills. But yeah, through college I started the apprenticeship, and through college I started the competitions.
I wanted to, it's just a conversation, but to add to that, if that's okay, coming back to the question about misconceptions is sometimes we say, academic routes and then technical routes. But as you've just emphasized there, Ruben, it is academic and it's in a way that allows you to thrive academically. It's not that it's less academic. In some cases, I think it can be maybe a little bit more challenging because what you're learning is so technical, like with an apprenticeship, you're working and you're studying at the same time. So I just thought it was really great hearing you say that.
Yeah, and it was funny when you talk about apprenticeships and that kind of thing, all the way through school, when you started talking to my teachers and that kind of thing, there wasn't a lot of avenues that I could express that sort of love for the technical and, taking things apart, breaking things, putting them back together and stuff, using my hands all the way through school. I wasn't frowned upon, but nobody sort of gave me that route to say, oh no, this someone took me under their wing and say, oh, you need to go the apprenticeship route. It was only through seeing my dad, my oldest brother, go through an apprenticeship and stuff, then I could see that was a route that was open to me. Whereas if I didn't have that with my dad and my brother, I probably wouldn't have had a place to go to express that. I probably would have gone down the college and university route, which, some places, some students are meant for that route, but some students are not, and they don't get pushed down that route enough, I don't think.
What was the international competition in Lyon like, and how has winning silver changed your life?
The event itself was absolutely phenomenal, right from going back to the national finals, where I went away with my lecturer and competed for 2 days in the national finals. It was absolutely mind-blowing, and it was such a good experience. I would, a couple of people have asked me before, would you do it again? And I said within a heartbeat, I'd do it again tomorrow. It was such an experience. And the friends I made through the journey, like I was traveling out in Hong Kong and I met up with a Hong Kong competitor from Lyon and stuff. It's just such a good journey. But in that environment, in them 4 days that I was competing in Lyon, it was so stressful. But the reward was there, and although it was stressful, when you finished that day and you went back to the hotel and stuff, it was such a sense of teamwork and a morale boost when you're there with everybody. You might have not had the best day, but everybody's there and you're sharing the same emotions that I didn't get when I was in the national finals, because we were all sort of from different colleges and we weren't part of a team. But as soon as you move into Team UK, it's just phenomenal. The experience I had was absolutely brilliant. And then since winning silver, my career has sort of just taken off for plumbing and heating in the South Wales valleys now, and the sort of go-to man is it's incredible. But yeah, it's been such a journey, and if I could do it all again tomorrow, I would.
How has your role as skills champion helped you inspire others to consider apprenticeships or technical careers, and what advice would you give to others considering the apprenticeship route?
So, like I said, I didn't have an avenue to express that. And if I can show other people that there is this avenue that you can go down through an apprenticeship route, and hang in there for a few years, because you might be on less wages than your friends and things, but you're investing in your future career. And I think that's the thing that gets lost with apprenticeships is, you think, I'm on apprentice wages and my friends are doing this, but actually you're investing in your future. I'm in a position now, I haven't done this, that I'm a few more steps ahead of a lot of my peers in terms of a career, and that is definitely a worthwhile thing doing, and I just need to express that more to young people. Yeah.
How can educators, employers, and policymakers work together to elevate the perception and quality of technical education?
I think the best answer is to see more people champion them and get behind them and shout about just how brilliant they are. This is about young people from all backgrounds being able to choose these as prestigious career routes and have the knowledge and information about them to decide, as Ruben says, if it's the right pathway for them, if it's going to get them where they want to be, if it's the right way of how they want to learn and study and take their next steps, as well as, being able to actually provide those opportunities and being able to connect them with people like Ruben, role models and peers who have been on that journey themselves. So I think actually just seeing more people kind of champion them and speak about them.
And I think it's about opening that door, getting employers to open that door to young people. And then through that, the young people that are coming in need to understand that this is an investment in their career. So it's not just a job. An apprenticeship isn't just a job. An apprenticeship is a route to your career, and you need to, from day one, be invested and learning and how to make yourself valuable in the workplace, and try and take as much information in as you can.
Why are apprenticeships and technical education so vital for addressing skills shortages?
That is such a good question. And I think it's because the answer is apprenticeships and technical education. By nature, the way that they're created with employers, with preparing young people to be able to start and sustain those careers by giving them the skills and the knowledge that they need, it will naturally mean that we are creating a future pipeline of talent and a workforce that are really skilled, are very good at what they do, and excel in it. And I think that, that's why it's so important and how it would help with that. And we believe that, we know it, we see it as an organisation. Skills isn't our name. Skills are really important, just as much as knowledge.
I think there's across a lot of sectors in the UK, there's a lot of skills shortages. Doesn't matter, like I'm talking about plumbing, there's a big skills shortage and a shortage of apprenticeships. And I think a lot of that is to do with not enough employers taking on apprentices and them not being open to the possibility of taking on an apprentice and seeing the benefits of taking an apprentice on. Like I said, my dad's business has completely and utterly changed since he took me on as an apprentice, especially going through this journey and showing what can be achieved through apprenticeships. But not only that, the sort of work that we're doing and the how our business has changed since I came on board, it's a no-brainer, really. The plumbing industry, I can only talk about the plumbing industry because I'm a plumber myself, but the plumbing industry has changed so much in the last 5 to 10 years. Without him taking on an apprentice, half the things that we're doing now and the things that we're talking about and the avenues that we're going down wouldn't have even been open to him unless I was fresh coming through, into all the new technologies and that kind of stuff, because the industry's moving so fast, so quickly. He's sort of the age now that he's thinking, all right, I'm winding down kind of thing, whereas I'm rearing to go, and it's like this yin and yang effect. So he's got all the skills and the knowledge, whereas I've got all this eagerness to learn about new things. So it's a really good transition then between and how he's transitioned his business into a more profitable business. Yeah, so I don't think employers realise enough about how good taking on an apprentice can be.
A quick thought on that is that it's almost like this fertile ground where you've got, people who are really eager and excited to learn and kind of fresh to impart and share maybe tradition or historical knowledge, or this is how we do things, as well as here's something new and here's new technology and actually we're going to try this out and this is a new development. And I think that's actually quite special about those routes.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult as well because, everybody that's in it's in 90% of the plumbers that are in the UK now, they were an apprentice at some point as well. So for them to say, oh no, I'm never going to take an apprentice. Well, if their old boss had the same attitude as them, they wouldn't have had that career or job either. So it's it's quite short-sighted for the people that not taking apprentices on to sort of look and say, oh no, actually I'm not going to take apprentice, but they were an apprentice. You know what I mean? It's sort of that attitude towards apprentices. And I understand that it's difficult. It's more difficult these days to take on an apprentice with like HR and that kind of thing coming involved. But like I said, the benefits I think outweigh the negatives of taking an apprentice on. Like you said about the policymakers and that kind of thing, we definitely need to be more incentive for these smaller businesses to take apprentices on. Like I know when I started, there was a bursary available for to apprentices, especially smaller businesses take on apprentices, and as far as I'm aware, that's stopped now. So that's a real shame, and it's sort of shutting that door on a lot of young people getting their foot in the door of careers and roles.
How does WorldSkills UK work with businesses and educators to create meaningful career pathways for young people?
So we are raising standards in and the uptake of apprenticeships and technical education. And I think it's really important in making sure that the standards, the training, the qualifications, the actual substance of those qualifications are up to date. They are the best that they can be, so that as we're training young people so that they can be the best they can be. And I think that then means that we're setting them up for amazing future careers, because we're helping to prepare and get them ready to embark on that and start their journey. And I think also through our diagnostic research, we're really passionate about priority and future skills, whether that be digital or creative careers, whether it be green careers, careers in health and science, in engineering and technology. It's all about making sure that, coming back to that whole future pipeline of talent, that we're giving them the best opportunity and chance that we can, so that they can be that.
I think it's a case of trying to support employers to take on apprentices. I know when I started my apprenticeship, there was bursaries and things available. It's definitely trying to get students to get a foot in the door for apprenticeships, and just trying to get as many apprenticeships as possible, really. That's the key for me, especially in the plumbing industry. We got this massive skills shortage of quality plumbers coming through, and there's a massive deficit. The amount of plumbers that are retiring compared to the amount coming through, we need a huge amount of apprentices, but it's trying to get them, because with plumbing it's a sort of a one-man band type of employer, so to try and get them to take on a full-time apprentice it's a big ask for them. Some of them have never managed HR things before, and having employees and stuff is a big ask for these people that are just plumbing on their own. So it's definitely from policymakers and academic thing, try and make it easier for them to get apprentices on board and try and hold on to the apprentices when they find a good one, really.
What resources are available for anyone interested in finding out more?
There are so many resources that are available. The internet is an amazing and wonderful place, and you can have a search and find lots of different websites and services. And I won't make a list or name things because it won't be fully comprehensive, but a great place to start is our Careers Advice Toolkit, and actually our WorldSkillsUK website. So whether you're looking for inspiration about different kinds of careers and roles, we have that on our website, spotlighting other skills champions and young people like Ruben, and the various different competitions that they've competed in and skills that they have. And our Careers Advice Toolkit is this one-stop shop where we have teaching resources for teachers, educators and careers professionals, but also videos of different people created with organisations and leading employers that talk about routes and pathways into technical careers, including apprenticeships, university, T-levels, everything and anything. So I think the Careers Advice Toolkit is a great place to start, and you'll be signposted from there to other places that you can find out more.
Since we are coming to the end of this episode, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners?
Well, just as you were saying that last point on working with, I forgot what the phrasing was, but policymakers, I think we're really proud to work with different groups and stakeholders to do that. And, it is all about working in partnership. That is what we do as an organisation, to really elevate technical roots, to elevate skills, to elevate you as young people.
I think as far as competitions go, if you're already in an apprenticeship and you're thinking about entering the competitions, I'd say definitely do it, because you have absolutely nothing to lose through entering the WorldSkills UK competitions, because a lot of them competitions, you're putting yourself out there. You don't know how good you are until you walk in that room, because you're putting yourself up against people from all over the country doing the thing that you do best, if that makes sense. And I didn't know I was going to go this far when I walked in that room. All I knew that I was passionate about it and I could sort of throw myself at it and do the best I could possibly do. And then it doesn't matter how well you do when you walk out to the bay at the end of the day, as long as you're proud of what you've left in there. That's the main thing. It's an enjoyable experience. Don't think of it's a competition as in it's a real stressful and you're putting yourself through the paces. You're just going there to have a enjoyable time. Is if you're looking at the competitions themselves, you need to have a conversation with your employer and stuff, and show them the benefits that you can get out of the competitions. Because I know since I've gone through my my competition journey, our business has just skyrocketed really with our our reputation within the South Wales Valleys for plumbing is just insane really. The investment, obviously, from my father, I had so much time off training with WorldSkills UK and stuff, and it was a fantastic journey. But it was a big ask from my dad to have let me have all that time off, all the he paid me my wages the whole time, so all that investment he had, but he's definitely had it back tenfold now since I've through the competition journey, just with the business itself. So you sort of need to show your employer what they can get out of it, because I understand that it's a big ask from them as well, but it's definitely worthwhile, 100%.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming on the podcast today and sharing your expertise with us.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
If you would like to see similar content to this, you can follow us on our website at wearebroadsword.com. Thank you for listening and hope to see you on the next one. Bye!